Welcome, nerds, to the gaming and tech news for the week. This is a clip that has been taken out of the main show, The Week in Nerddom, which goes up on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. In gaming and tech, we like to talk about, well, you know, gaming and tech, trailers, announcements for new tech and games and consoles and everything in between that is gaming and or tech related. So this week in gaming and tech, all of gaming and tech, we actually have a really big correction to make in this episode where it's all about Linus Tech Tips. We'll get into that. We also have a really huge, actually, announcement about the Multiverse game. Some Resident Evil 4 stuff coming out in news, as well as rumors, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, there's a lot going on in gaming and tech, so let's do the thing. Okay, so follow-ups for gaming and tech. So the stream last week kind of got a little bit derailed when we were talking in news. These things happen. I apologize. We did not get to the other main headline for the show, although at this point it's no longer a headline and has come to its conclusion, and that was the Linus Tech Tips hack. It was kind of right in the middle of all of that, and we were going to get into it, and then just, I don't know, shiny objects, I guess. ADHD is a pain in the ass sometimes, because like I had this whole bit planned and completely got derailed. Don't even remember how. So yeah, my apologies. We were going to talk about it. It's now super well-known material at this point, and Linus honestly has covered it on his very own channel, so no need to get into any gory details here, though it should be noted that I did find the link to both the Linus explanation for what happened, as well as how you can avoid it happening to you, as well as the Theo Joe video that he references in his video. There's a link to that down in the description as well. So all of that being said, that is the one correction we have. We have some follow-ups though to get into. So first up is the biggest one I think we're going to be talking about for a couple of weeks in gaming and tech, unless something crazy happens very soon. But Multiverse is closing. Well, not exactly. The beta is coming to an end. I know probably most people forgot that it was in beta, but lo and behold, it sure as shootin' is. Multiverse is it's in its second season. Like, how are you still in beta, but you're in season 2 at the same time? But that's what's going on. So Multiverse is coming to a close for the beta. The beta will end in June, so they're just going to extend season 2 through until the end of the beta, and then in 2024, very vague dates at this point. No exact, like June 10th is when it cuts off, and then January 2nd is when you get access to the proper game. As soon as we know that information, we will definitely be talking about it, but as it stands right now, it's still relatively vague. In June sometime, it's cutting off. In 2024, at some point, it will be coming back as a proper game. All of the issues that everyone's been complaining about, all of the what have yous, you know, the fact that they seem to have dropped support for the game, hopefully will be taken care of as of, you know, 2024 when it comes back. But until then, that's what we got. So let's move right along. Next, we were talking about Resident Evil 4. This is actually going to lend some credence to a rumor that we're going to be talking about in the rumor section, so stay tuned for that. But Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries mode will be available in April as free DLC for the survival horror classic remake. That's all we really have at the moment, so we're going to keep moving on. Our next and final follow-up for the section is Lord of the Rings Gollum finally has an actual release date. So Gollum will be released May 25th. This, if you'll remember, was originally announced as a very early first wave even PlayStation 5 game, and now we're like 3-4 years into the life cycle of PlayStation 5 and we're finally getting it. So once again, May 25th of this year, we will be able to play Lord of the Rings Gollum finally finally. The story, for those of you that don't remember, the story of the game is going to be in parallel with the Fellowship of the Ring story, from the book and the movie and all that jazz. So very interesting, super excited to finally see this thing in action. That's what we got for follow-ups and corrections. So let's move into trailers. We have a doozy of a trailer this week. The trailer, it's technically not a trailer, it's a gameplay demo, kind of. It comes from Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. We got approximately 10 minutes of awesome. I have seen some people complain that this is not what they were expecting. This is not what they wanted out of a Zelda game. And to them, I say, what is wrong with you? All right, so I'm on the fence as to whether or not I'm actually going to get a Switch at the moment, or if I'm just going to save up and get an Xbox Series console, because either way, I'm behind. This makes me seriously leaning into the Switch idea because wow, like this looks amazing, amazing. Just all of the new abilities that you're going to be able to take advantage of with Link, and just it's not even like whatever. Go watch the 10 minutes, because absolutely game changing as far as potential gameplay issues, and like just the ability to be incredibly creative is just awesome. It's the reason why I love Fallout 4 as much as I do, because the story kind of sucked for Fallout 4, but you can do an incredible amount of things with that gameplay, and this is in the same vein, though I'm sure the story is going to be far, far superior to Fallout 4. Either way, that's what we have for trailers. Let's get into regular ass news. In regular ass news, we got a huge announcement. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is getting a new game, and this is a huge announcement because it's not beat 'em up like we've gotten from the franchise previously. This is a brand new, well, seemingly dark RPG game that has been announced. The reason I say seemingly dark is because it is reportedly going to be based on the Last Ronin storyline from the comic books. And if you have read that story, then you know just how dark and like mature the story is. I mean, everybody's dead. That's the premise. You have one turtle left alive because everybody else has been taken out, Master Splinter included. And it's basically him coming to terms with that and a number of other things, but like, wow, heavy stuff. And of course it's going to make a fantastic game. No announcements yet as to who's going to be developing the game or who will be publishing the game, just the announcement that it is going to be happening. That's all we really have for the section, except for gaming and tech suggestions. Our gaming suggestion for this week, that's right, gaming, is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because Tears of the Kingdom is coming out very soon, so maybe refresh your memory on exactly where we're coming from so that you can fully appreciate where we're going. That is the suggestion for this week. Get your hands on some Breath of the Wild action. Once again, nerds, that was a short section that comes from a longer video on the main channel, Generally Nerdy, YouTube or Rumble. Take your pick. I'm on both. You can go find it there. You can go find all of the other news there as well, including the live episode. We do a live episode roughly once a week, every Friday evening. You can join the conversation live, or you can just leave comments here on this one or any of the other ones you find on the Clips channel. Thank you very much, nerds. We've got other news to discuss in other videos, but while we're getting out of here, don't forget that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.